And take two. Hey, welcome back to Sweet's Life. Today is an exciting day because we're starting ex-boyfriend November. Okay, we're starting that. We're gonna start with story time. I'm excited because, baby, I got some stories to tell y'all. Okay, you'll never believe it. But I got about eight stories about boyfriends this month that I want to get out to y'all. And I hope that they see these because I hope they know I'm talking about them. And if they don't, oh well. But I will not be saying any names. The only name I may mention is names of my friends because I know they don't really care. But as far as the men or the women that are involved in these stories outside of them, I will not be mentioning their names. I will be making up names for them just so y'all know, because I don't need no one going back and being like, oh, you was talking. I ain't got time for that, okay? I ain't got time for that. But anyway, so today's story, we're going to start off with number 1, okay? We're going to talk about my first love. And if anyone who knows me sees this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the fact that I'm going to put the name that I'm giving him is the name I used to call him. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But we're going to be talking about Baby Boo. Yes, I said Baby Boo. So I met him when I was 19 years old. Which, mind you, I'm 29 and I just recently stopped dealing with this person. So that's a long time, okay? But I met him when I was 19. I was going through a rough patch. I recently just lost my mom. I lost my mom at 17. And I was just going through a rough patch. Like, I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I mean, I was in school, of course, but, well, college. I was in college, of course, but it was like, I was just kind of going with the motions. But I met him. Where did I meet him? I think I met him on Tagged. Like, that's how long ago this was. Tagged. I have not been on Tagged in like since 2016. So like going on 5 years. Like, that's a long time, okay? So I met him on there and we just started talking, and I wasn't really interested at first. Like, I didn't really want to be bothered with him. I didn't, like, he was cool people or whatever. He was okay as a friend, but to be more than that, yeah, no, I wasn't necessarily really feeling that. Especially after I found out that he had just recently came home for something that's not none of my business to tell y'all, so mind your business. But he had done time in the penitentiary, not at jail, but in the penitentiary, okay? That tells you what type of boys I was attracted to when I was growing up. Alright, alright. And yeah, so, you know, he wrote me, I wrote him back, but it wasn't nothing really serious, not on my end anyway. He kept wanting to see me, and I kept being like, no, I don't want to see you, I don't want to see you, I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to be bothered. He did have a daughter at the time, which, you know, wasn't really a major issue for me, because, like I said, I had no intentions of going any further than just communicating via messages or texts. And if my aunt ever sees this story, Jesus, good thing she don't really go on YouTube though, because at this time I was living with my aunt. I had moved from my godmother's house and I was living with my aunt, and yeah, he was like, let me come see you one day, and I was like, no. And he was like, oh, for real, let me come see you, and I was like, no, for real, no, like, no. And so one day I finally broke down. I think I was bored or something like that. And I was like, all right, come on, you can come see me. So I let him come see me. And in person, he looked good. You hear me? Like, he looked good, okay? And you know, we did what grown folks do. And I will say disclaimer, that's, never mind. Because if I say that disclaimer, the rest of the story is not going to make sense. Okay, some things we keep to ourselves, Clarissa, some things we keep to ourselves, take 2. So, we did what grown folks do or whatever. It was good or whatever. It was great, to be quite honest with you. That's what I'm saying. That was 10 years ago, and I still remember that. Like, oh, it was good. But, so, you know, as time goes on, he kind of, like, disappeared. I was like, oh, so you just got my goodies and decided to just dip, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, cool, bet. I was like, alright, I ain't phasing it. You know, I went on about my day, my life kept on moving. I was still dealing with other people. Like, I wasn't serious with nobody, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, you could have just been honest with me that that's all you wanted, you know what I'm saying? So time goes by, say a couple of months go by, and I get a text message saying, hey, Sweets, which is where I get my name from, okay? Sweets is where I get my name from. It's from my first love. I've tried to get rid of it. It just tends to stick. So, welcome to Sweets Life. But, yeah. So I'm like, I'm like, who is this? Mind you, I knew who it was because he was the only person that called me that, but who is this? At that time anyway. Who is this? He was like, you know who it is. It's baby boo, da 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 da. I'm like, what you want? Because I ain't heard from you in months, so what you want? He was like, I know, I'm sorry, I've been going through it. I just wasn't ready, but now I'm ready. I'm like, baby, I'm not ready. I'm not ready now. He was like, come on, can you come see me? Whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not coming to see you. But I kept on talking to him, but I wouldn't go see him. So then I started working at UPS. And I get this text message like, yo, I'm outside. Outside where? Where you outside at? He was like, I'm outside your job. Why are you outside my job, sir? Like, the world? Why are you outside my job? And I'm like, I'm working. I'm not going to hear that man to come to me for a couple of minutes. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So I go out there. He's outside, no shirt on. Mind you, people are upstairs on my floor looking out the window like, what the? I know she, yes. And I'm like, what do you want? He was like, I just came to show you that I miss you and da-da-da-da, blah, 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 and all this. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll talk to you, let him go back to work. He's like, all right, cool, bet. So at this point in time, I had moved and I was living across the street from UPS. And so I get back upstairs, all my friends like, something you want to tell us? And I'm like, no, not really. No. They're like, who is that? What? Look. Mind your business. Mind the business that pays you. And it's not mine. Thank you. But then something hit me, like, all of a sudden, like, where you been at? Like I said, it's been months. Like, he disappeared before. Cause I'm cutting the story real short because this story could go on for years. I'm cutting it short. I do know that he disappeared beforehand because he got locked up again for back child support. As you'll see in the story, he got locked up quite a few times. Every time he disappeared, he was locked up. But this time, something just didn't feel right, so I hit him back, and I'm like, so what's really going on? Come to find out, he got a son now. Oh, so that's why you ain't have good old time for me, because you out here screwing, unprotected, making babies. What? That's how we do it? Oh, but if it was me, you'd be mad. Okay, cool. So at this time, I get with, actually the next story time that I'm going to tell, I get with that dude, and he's upset because it's like, oh, you dating somebody else. Sir, don't you got a baby? Oh, okay, anyway, next. So I don't hear from him for a while. Of course, that was on my part because, like I said, I was dating somebody else. That quickly went left, like real quick, okay? So he starts showing back up again, once again coming to my job, no shirt on. The toxicity, The toxicity of this relationship, y'all. I'm so glad. Thank God for growth. Thank God for growth. Okay? So yeah, I'm back talking to him, trying to make it work. I'm going to visit him, taking him money to pay his child support. I know, don't say it, I'm stupid. You ain't gotta repeat it, I already know. Shit. Ooh, excuse me. I already know. You ain't gotta tell me what I already know, okay? But I was in love. At least I thought I was in love. Like, this is a man that I've known. By this time, I'm like 25. Like, and he just so, ooh, he's so smooth talking. Do you hear me? Like, he's so smooth talking. Like, he make you feel guilty about not wanting to deal with him no more. Whew. So anyway, what happened next? So of course there was a slew of girls that was always coming to me like, oh, I'm dealing with him. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You're dealing with him. I'm dealing with other people too. But baby, just know that I am number one. Once again, the toxicity of this relationship. Oh my God. Like, yes, I was one of those girls. It's like, oh, you got him now, but he mine forever. I was one of those girls. Thank God for growth. Do you hear me? But there was this one girl. Actually, there was two girls. There was two girls. There was this little young girl, so we gonna call her Youngin. She mad ugly, okay? She looked like a man, and I would call her that, but I gotta say that for the next one, okay? But she was real young and stupid, and like, when I stopped being able to help him or wanting to help her take care of him, he went to her for someone to take care of him. And then what pisses me off with this is that every other woman that he's ever dealt with got to meet his mom. I never met his mom. And God rest her soul, she has passed away as of recently, I believe the end of last year sometime. But I never met his mom, which to me, that's how I feel like it was never true love, because he never met none of my family. Well, none of my boyfriends ever met my family except for one, and that's the end of the month story time. Okay, but he never met none of my family. He barely met any of my friends. Now my friends know who he is because I've talked about him, but he's never really like met any of them. So to me, it's like, how can we say we in love with each other? And literally, I've never met your brother. I've never met none of your friends. I've never met your cousins. I've never met your mama. None of that. But all these other girls have. So what does that say about me? You know what I'm saying? And as I start to go down the line, I start to realize, like, yo, like, he's really paying you for what you can do, because I take real good care of myself. Like I said, my mom passed away when I was 17. I have been literally working 1 to 2 jobs, sometimes 3, whether it's as a physical job or whether it's me helping somebody, whether it's me doing candle making. I have worked my butt off for everything that I have since I was 19 years old. Every piece of clothing that I have, I got myself. I did all that. So a person sees that and a person is like, oh, so she can do that for her, she can do it for me. And I was stupid enough to do it. Like, I can admit that. I was stupid. But me and this girl didn't really have too many words, but me and little youngin, but Shawty could have caught these hands. Now I don't really care too much about her. She was fresh out of high school, mind you. So when I met him, I was 19. He was 20. Well, let's just put it away. I'm 29 now, and I believe he is 32 or 33. She was 19, and that was like 2-3 years ago. She was 19. Come on now, bro. What do you have in common with this person besides the fact that both of y'all probably do drugs together? Oh, I cannot wait to get that up on the story. Okay. So once he started back dealing with her, I stopped really talking to him, and I moved on, and I got with another one of my exes, which is a story time that's waiting to come. which that was not, I was not with him very long either, or the one after him. But a lot happened in those couple of months that I was with them. Um, then I met my last ex-boyfriend, and we were together for almost a year. Didn't hear from my ex, none of that. Some stuff happened with my last ex-boyfriend, and he ended up moving back to Mississippi. In the process of going back to talking to my last ex, my first love pops up. Okay? He pops up. And he is locked the fuck up. He had someone reach to me on Facebook and say, hey, baby boo is locked up. He wants your number so he can call you. Mind you, anytime he's ever gotten locked up, he's never called me. Never called me. But this time he felt the need to call me. And so I'm like, okay, and I give him the number. Sorry. I'm like, okay, and I give him the number or whatever. And I get a phone call. You have a collect call from. No. You have a prepaid call from an inmate at Henrico County Jail. I'm like, hello? And he like, oh my God, sweets, I didn't think you would give me your number. I'm locked up. I got such time. Da 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 da. And I'm like, ugh. Now, mind you, my last ex-boyfriend has moved back to Richmond with hopes of being with me. I'll explain to you how he got back to Richmond when we get to that story. Because that story. A lot of these stories ties together like it's crazy. But, yeah, so I told him that, I was back dealing with my ex. My ex knew about him too, I'm very honest. Which kind of pissed me off with my ex because it's like, anyway, we'll get to that when we get to him. But, because there was ulterior motive there too. So, me and the ex, we fall out again. That was the last time I talked to him, and that's been over 3 years now. I went and I visited this nigga in jail. And my eye is running. Can y'all see it right here? But I went and visited this nigga in jail. Kept money on his books for him to be able to call me, all of that. And then he gets out. And I don't hear from him. Right. So I'm pissed. Obviously, I'm pissed. I just feel real shiny. But I'm completely pissed off about that because it's like, what did you get out of this? What, like, just my companionship? You should have just said that instead of trying to play because you're feeding me this whole time that oh, I love you, I want to be with you, I don't want nobody else but you, blah, 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 a bunch of bullshit, okay? So, time goes on, I keep it moving. Who I started dealing with? I started dealing with this dude that I've known for years. We just had never really done nothing. We were not in a relationship. We were strictly doing adult business, okay? So, I started dealing with him. Next thing I know, I get a friend request from this girl that I went to school with that also dated my ex, my first love, and who also almost caught these hands, okay? Because the last time we had an altercation, it was behind him. And she was telling me like, oh, he said he don't know you. He said that you stuck on him. He said he don't even like big girls. Baby. Not only does that man like big girl, he love big girls. He's with you because of what you do for him. Because, baby, look at you and look at me. Because when I tell you she looks like a man, She looks like a man. And I hope she runs across this video. And no, I don't care. No, I don't care that I'm calling you what I'm calling you. It is what it is, baby. And you can still catch these hands, okay? Period. But anyway, I get a friend request from her. I'm like, what the world? What? Why? Why do you want to be my friend? So at the time, my best friend Danielle was like, girl, go add her, go add her, go add her, go add her. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, bet. So I add her. And she had sent me a message, some, hey, girl, how you been? I'm like, who you talking to like that? Because we not even cool no more, shawty. Now, we were cool in high school. We weren't like this in high school, but we were cool in high school. She's a year older than me. So we were cool in high school. But it wasn't like we were the best of friends, like we talked every day, all day. It was never like that. So I'm like, who, girl, what? What do you want? What? And she like, I just want, apologize. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot behind baby boo. Which of course, that's not what she calls him, but I can't say his real name. I'm sorry, y'all. My eye is really running. But she like, yeah, I think we got off on the wrong foot, behind baby boo or whatever. And I just want to see if we can be friends, maybe hang out, chill. Chill? Shawty? What? Chill with who? Who am I chilling with? Because I'm not chilling with you. So I'm like, something don't fit right. I go look at her page. And if they ain't back together, I said, oh, you hitting me up because y'all back together and you want to try to throw it in my face? Shawty, I don't care nothing about that. But why are you on my page? Like, girl, I will beat your... What do you want? She was like, it's not even like that. I just wanted, try to make amends and see if we could be friends again. We were never friends. We were associates. We were never friends. And no, I got enough friends. I don't need you as a friend. World. But little do you know, manly, your man still be liking my photos on Instagram. That's why you blocked me when I told that man that I was sorry for his loss about his mama. You're an insecure little girl who knows that at any day I could take your man if I really want him. But baby, the one I got now, could never. He could never. Because your man is strung out on drugs. Yes, I know. He told me he's strung out on drugs. Which is why he stayed away from me. Which is why he probably deal with you. Because you do them drugs with him. Period. But I'm like, okay, girl, whatever. And, I've talked to him. And I don't know, I want to get back with you, I miss you type stuff, but on some, you very disrespectful for what you did because I was there for you. And he can't even own up to it. He can't say, I'm sorry. He can't apologize. He can't do nothing. Because he's a coward. But that is my story time about my first love. It's a whole lot more that goes to that, but that was a real quick scenario because this video could have been an hour long if I had told y'all the whole story. And I know as much as y'all love to hear my voice, y'all did not want to sit here for an hour and listen to me talk about a no good nobody. Okay? So, as always, all my social medias will be down below. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what other type of story times you would like to hear. Give me some ideas on what you would like to see as videos. And since you're here, you might as well go ahead and like this video and follow and look at some more of my videos. You're already on it. You might as well. If I can't get this out of stop running, I'm not recording another video because this is crazy. But until next time. Period.